Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So earlier this week, we had our War Greymon Red deck profile that was for the OTK deck. Later this week, we're having Purple OTK deck profile. So you know what that means. Today is head-to-head action, OTK style. And like we did before with our other OTK decks, we had to break it up into two videos because that's just how these decks perform. They're so fast that they win on like not two, but 3 to 4 turns, and the game is over. And it's either one deck goes off, and the other deck doesn't at all, or vice versa. I mean, it's back and like it's not really back and forth. It's either one side dominates or the other side dominates. So I wanted to showcase both decks just absolutely dominating, insanely fast. So let's go ahead and jump into these two matches. Also, don't forget our memory marker for this month is Tanamon. This is going to be the new design that we're going with. If you've seen the other videos earlier this month, these are the new leaves that are go on top with the painted face that we had before as well, of course. So if you want to get one of these guys for your green OTK decks, if you don't want to play red or purple, then definitely check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. This is going to be our reward for August. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into this first game here. We got red going first, dropping that Koromon and then going to the Agumon. Super standard red play, and Greymon immediately on top of that to pass turn. Pretty standard red business that we've seen since 1.0 drop. Nothing new there. Purple, though, going into the Digimon first and a Tapirmon on top of that. Digimon giving that nice plus 2,000 in the purple OTK deck, which makes it way more likely that they'll survive hitting into security. And then going into the black Growlmon. This is similar to the Greymon that we have on the other side, gives that plus 1 security, but only after you get the destruction. And then hard plays a Guilmon to pass turn, to go ahead and just give them that target that they're going to want to pop with the black War Growlmon that we're going to see in a bit probably. And red forced to just play the Agumon. This is the one that you can add an Omnimon and one Greymon card to hand. Metal Greymon or otherwise. Grabs the, that's the one that if it gets blocked you gain 3 memory. Kind of sad that they couldn't go Nokia and then play that Agumon for free, because that is like the perfect ideal play for sure for red. Then purple they're going to play a second Guilmon. That's an interesting choice instead of Digivolving. Red, though, looks like they're just trying to draw into some sort of combo piece here. Another Agumon coming down in the raising area, and then they Digivolve into that Metal Greymon that we saw earlier. This is, again, the gain 3 memory if they get blocked. Purple, though, realizing, all right, they needed to get with it here, goes into the Black War Growlmon finally for 3. That'll pass the turn back over to red. Red won't be able to capitalize quite so on that with that Metal Greymon. They'll need to either Digivolve into something or play a memory fixing tamer. Kind of scary though, giving the opponent now 3 memory. That allows them to go into potentially their Mega and really start popping off. They've got the black Growlmon there. Oh, does not look like they're going to have it though. Keeping it in raising area and going into the Garurumon here. This is if they destroy one of their Digimon, they gain 1 memory back. So if you pop Guilmon, you can get 2 memory. And then they're going to go into Cress for turn, to pass turn back to red. So red needs to really get going this turn immediately. So we're going to see some OTK action. Now is the time. And then we see the War Greymon coming down for 3. That's right where they wanted to be. Digivolve. Now they've got security attack plus 1 for its ability, plus 1 for the Greymon inheritable, and plus 1 for the tie. Immediately we see a Crest Garurumon get hit at 12k. But thankfully for the baby and the Agumon, War Greymon sitting in a nice comfortable 13. So, and anything but a Zwart basically is all they got to worry about, which they managed to clear through everything there. And no blocker on field will definitely help ensure. Yeah, and there it is. Nothing in security there. And passes it with the Omnimon as a flex for the win there. I also kind of just like that they that gets dropped down, because even if this was this Garurumon had just been a blocker instead, they would have blocked the Agumon there, and the Omnimon still would have came down and closed the game out, even if that had been a blocker. So just a little reassurance, like, hey, don't feel too bad. Even if that had been a blocker, I still had game, kind of, a flex, but at the same time, like a reassurance that you didn't like misplay or anything. And that is what was that? I lost track of how many turns it was. It was pretty quick though. I mean, literally, one of the fastest games I think I've ever played. So we're gonna kick it back over now to the next game, and we're gonna see purple is going to have its time to really pop off here. So starting out, red going first yet again in this game. And Agumon and Greymon, there's that classic red combo that, never gets old for red. They just like, yep, I'm building it. I'm building the tower. Here it comes. We see that Digimon get dropped again. And goes into a Guilmon on top of that. Really, any of your rookies work pretty nicely, I would say, for purple. And then, once again, also seeing the black Growlmon. Very, very standard plays going on here. It seems like they've really got it worked down on how they like it. And then black Growlmon on top of that, just getting super aggressive. Gives red a lot of memory to work with, but at the same time, sets them up for a really nice follow-up turn. Here we see the secret rare Metal Greymon come down. And, a hard play of Agumon. Interesting choice. Just essentially, in this case, a vanilla. No on-play effect here. Purple going to go ahead and promote up that Black War Growlmon. And here we see the Metal Garurumon this time come down instead of the Crest like we saw in the previous game. And then hard play the Guilmon to pass turn. Again, though, giving the opponent a lot of memory to work with. If they just promote that Metal Greymon up, and go into some sort of War Greymon, I mean, very easily off to the races. Oh, but has to go with a 4-cost evolution instead of the 3-cost. It's got to pass turn. That's a bummer for sure, because otherwise they would have had a nice hefty swing into security there. Does go ahead and Digiburst, though, to kill the Guilmon, just so they don't get a immediate, free swing, because the Guilmon there could crash into security, take them down to 4, and then when the Metal Garurumon swings, it brings it back, and then the Black Growlmon could pop it. So they just get an extra hit. So at least if you kill it now, that's one less security you got to worry about, even though they're going to bring it back the next turn. Here we see the Drachmon come down. Pretty good in this deck, because you can add the 1-cost option, Demonic Disaster, back, and just continuously loop that over and over. Very, very nice combos. Here we do see the Metal Greymon come down, swinging, brings back the Guilmon, and then we're going to see the Black War Growlmon pop it to gain that security, to unsuspend the Garurumon, and get security attack +1 because of the Black Growlmon underneath as well. And Guilmon is now live, pumping it up to a comfortable 13,000 DP. So feeling pretty good there. And we'll see probably a second swing here, which will bring out that Guilmon yet again for free, keeping all of the inheritables. That's what I liked about the Metal Garurumon, is you don't have to ever get rid of your inheritables. You can just keep all of them, which is pretty relevant. And they're going to swing, bring back the Guilmon yet again. And go ahead and get those security checks there. You can only do the Black War Growlmon popping effect to unsuspend once per turn, though. Here, hits into the War Greymon at 12,000, but again, got that 2,000 DP buff from the baby, which is so important, and is able to overcome that. Here we see the Demonic Disaster, which will pop that rookie to unsuspend one of the other Digimon on field, which will, of course, be the Metal Garurumon, who will then unsuspend and immediately swing again into security, which also playing the Guilmon yet again, because that's not a once-per-turn ability, and that will clear all security with the Metal Garurumon in one turn already at it. Second, Demonic Disaster would have been phenomenal. We were talking, and it's like, oh, I said if you had saved the Drakmon there to immediately hard play to get that demonic disaster back, you know, you could have grabbed it back. But they said literally the Drakmon Evo on top of the egg gave them actually drew them into the first demonic disaster. So kind of funny that it worked out that way. But here they're just going to evolve up into some stuff and basically just kind of close it out to just really set up a difficult board with that raising area there. The red has to pop off here, and there's no other choice here. Only getting the 2 security, though, off the Victory Greymon into security. Does go for the Metal Garurumon, though, to run it over. Gets blocked by the Devimon here. A blocker, though, would be really nice in this situation, but it swings with the Agumon instead. I'm guessing no blocker in hand. And I think we see an Omnimon get brought down here. Yeah, so then we see the Omnimon, who will then run over the Metal Garurumon to close it out. And but that just leaves it the field open, no blockers. Purple has Digimon ready to get promoted, and that will close it out. My thoughts were, since I've already posted the red deck profile, I'll go ahead and say that, you know, after playing the deck more and more, I kind of felt like I really did miss the blockers. You know, even if it's like your low count, for all your level 4s, you know, you have 2 sets of 4 and then 1 set of 3. I think that set of 3 could very easily be the 1-cost Evo blocker, just because of, you know, situations like this. You never know what you're going to go against. It's still a 1-cost Evo, so it's still very memory efficient. So if you never get Nokia on field, you don't have that memory efficiency like you want. And which is exactly what we saw here with that Victory Greymon. Had to pass turn when it evolved, couldn't get a nice swing off or anything like that. Memory efficiency is very difficult. So if you can't get the Nokia on field, also Nokia, you know, you can't suspend her for the raising area either. So maybe some more memory efficiency, you know, at least in that blocker, could have definitely helped. Just being able to evolve it onto that Agumon to block that Black War Groundmon coming in. You know, the game might have went completely different if that had been the case. So definitely something to think about. But both decks insanely powerful. We'll definitely cover the purple one. The purple one was crazy, clearing all those security in one turn and literally almost closed it out, but just could not get into the correct pieces beforehand. Also, with all that evolving, he was doing all the 1-cost Evos, just hoping that he could draw into a second copy of Demonic Disaster, because he would have just popped the blocker that he evolved into and then swung for game afterwards. So, like crazy, Purple almost took the game immediately there, but they made it through one more turn. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please like the video and subscribe. Just a little bit of help goes a super long ways. It helps the channel out tremendously, gets my videos out there, gets them seen. And if you really want to support the channel, check out the links in the description below. I'll have a link for my Patreon, which is displayed right here. You can get access to my Discord server that I have, as well as you can get the memory markers that we've had. These are just a few of my favorites from the past that we've had. The current one, Impmon's baby, as well as Gabumon's baby as well, Sunomon and Yamon. These guys are super adorable. I definitely love them so much. And every month a new one changes out, so make sure you check that out. As well as we have our new playmats. This is why I recreated this video. It's because our playmats are here finally, and they are super cool. I alternate between the black and white every single month for whoever wants to support this tier, as well as I have a tier just higher than that, so that way you don't also have to lose out on a memory marker. You can get both the memory marker and the playmat just in case you want both. Super awesome support from everyone that has supported in the past and who will support in the future. You guys are awesome. Also, if you want to check out my merch, my Teespring link is in the description below for that. We've got, you know, the shirts that I wear on the channel that has the logo across. I love when I see people representing my merch in public. It is like one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. Very awesome. As well as phone cases for you people that love Digimon like so much like I do. A friend of mine custom made all these to fit these specific phone cases themselves, so the prices are a little bit higher just because I have to pay her back, as well as make a little tiny bit of profit because of how much unfortunately they take for their cut. for Teespring. But like I said, if you can't do any of that, please just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every time we hit a new mile marker for subscriptions, I give out free merch of all different types. 2000K, I think we're doing one of the Playmat giveaways. So definitely be subscribed and ready for when that comes.